In this video, you will learn at least 7 things that I wish I knew when I started wearing makeup. Before I started walking into makeup stores, before I was comfortable talking to people there, trying to find a color match, it was a mess. I won't be encouraging you to buy every single thing I have here, but I want you to be open-minded and have a little fun. If you're interested in getting into that joyful process, that ritual of getting into makeup, and just improving your look before you run out the door, keep watching. Number 1, skin prep isn't just extra, it is foundational. When people are just getting into makeup, they tend to underestimate the power of just prepping the canvas right. And I can relate to that. I used to think that, all skincare was the same. The $2 one was the same as the $100 one. But if Korean skincare had been on my radar back then, I would have loved it. So this, I just restocked. I love this. This is a skin enhancing mist. It's for makeup, it's for skincare, it's all in one. And also my last bottle of this, it lasted so long. It does something so beautiful to your makeup, and it's perfect to start your face with. It's a perfect spray to use anytime, all the time. I drank the Kool-Aid with Lisa Eldridge. I know. Next, I will put just a touch of this face oil. I have so many facial oils around. I have to use them up, but it's so hard. I will tell you, if you're buying face oils, get them in the ½ size if at all possible, especially if you have multiples on hand, because you're never gonna get through a full ounce. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 drops of this Rosehip oil, and I'm just doing 3 drops just to give enough oil to my skin's pretty dry, so a little bit of facial oil before we get started really makes a difference. This is from Louise, and the cutest pink moisturizer. It smells like cookies and cream, which is even grosser than you think. I mean, that sounds kind of vile enough, but when you really embrace that heavy fragrance of cookies and cream into your moisturizer, oh Lord, it smells like, I swear, this smells like popcorn. I just can't throw away a moisturizer, and this one, I like the finish of it. It just smells repulsive. I mean, repulsive. But I'm gonna go in with this Iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. When it says blurring and glowing at the same time, those two things don't typically go together, but I'm gonna try it. But I noticed that when you put this on the back of your hand, like I did at the store, it feels instantly softer. I don't know what's in everything, so we're experimenting. I'm starting to realize that I look better in desaturated colors. I took off that bright yellow shirt because I just don't like the way it's popping off my background. This is of my dog, Wyatt. He has a cool Instagram page, and some company, a wonderful company made this for him. Well, I guess for me. He's not wearing it. Point number 2 would be that finding your shade is harder than it looks, especially online. It's kind of imperative that you go into a store that's kind of nearby your house so you can always run back and return things. I return like 25% of what I buy. Some people may have a huge problem with that. I should expect the best when I'm paying these kind of prices these days. And it's not just inflation, it's just overpricing. So it better perform, and if it doesn't, I'm just gonna take it back to the store. And you may never find that perfect match, but if you get close, that's kind of really all that matters. Trying to be perfect is so not fun, so don't worry about it. This is color corrector if you have the time, go ahead and let it sit on your face for just a little while so it can dry down and you'll get better coverage out of it. This is a brow lift. It's a copy of the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I'm kind of over Anastasia right now. Just like that. I'll go in later when it doesn't dry. It doesn't dry, but I'll go in later and fill in. Okay, let's go ahead and set down this color corrector. We want to maintain as much coverage as we can, right? Sorry, silence. Some people think, you know, my face is huge, so I'm gonna need 5 pumps of foundation. No, that's 1 pump of one of my favorite foundations. This is Luminous Silk Armani. We want the lightest possible layers of this makeup. Stopping and blending with a sponge whenever you have the time, it's always worth the effort. I've been saying that my Kosas products keep breaking. I squeezed this one too tight and it just shattered the top kind of. I know I used things roughly and I closed it too hard, I guess, and I guess that broke it. So now I have to keep this concealer wrapped in cling wrap. There, 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 there. Oh, I just broke it again. They need to make these products, you know, for men. Looks pretty good. Before we move on, I want to quickly just set my under eyes with this Halo Glow powder. I enjoy these powders a lot. I don't see a ton of other people that do, but you know, that's why you do your own thing. I happen to really enjoy the way these look. And I use a super fluffy brush, load it up, kick off most of everything, and just go in like that. Blending feels like it takes forever. You know why? Because it kind of does. And if you feel like you're spending more time than other people blending your makeup, I think it just means that you care more. It's not that you're bad at it. It's that you're really trying to blend it out. We don't want to look weird. We don't want to have sharp, strange lines all over our face. So don't be like discouraged that you're constantly checking back on your makeup. This sculpting stick, unlike that Too Faced one, is much stiffer and I would not paint it on. It's just difficult to move around when you do that, for me anyway. But I really like the color. This is light medium. It's kind of a cool tone bronze. Let's see if I can get it on my face. And this is just experimenting, so I'm just buffing onto this, and it looks like a ton of product is coming off. So I've never tried it like this. Let's just give it a go. Oh yeah, actually I can already tell this will work. This is just a buffing brush, like a cheap buffing brush. I wanted something that I knew would pick up that product. So it's just a dense, cheap, like e.l.f. synthetic buffing brush. I'm a little baffled as to why this product isn't a stick, because it doesn't really work to apply it directly on your face. You have to use a brush. It should be in a pan, right? Matte finish. This has a matte finish. I've heard quite a few people say that they don't like this. This is from Mario. This is so this is barely blushing. Some people say that it can be really patchy. I don't know. It's gonna bring back some glow to the face. That's for sure. This is Papaya Pop Super Orange. This is a scary one. So just kind of like lay it down, your 2 little orange spots. Kind of lay them down and then grab a brush or a sponge. Wow, that looks funny. and just buff them all in. So we're gonna move on to liquid highlight. Liquid highlighters can be tricky. They work or they don't. This one, I'm telling from About Face in this gorgeous rose color. I'm telling you, if you just take it and whoop, just set it down here with the doe foot and then hit it with the sponge, it's gonna lay down a big stripe that never comes up. That's one of the difficulties with these. But this is so cheap and you get so much product with it. It's sturdy packaging. I love this packaging of this brand. All right, so take some of that product, put it on the back of your hand. Okay, and then take a synthetic brush of some kind, something that you can load up the brush with. I prefer this with a brush way over a sponge, okay? Some of them really work with a sponge. I think this one is like for brushes only, so just use your hand as a palette, and then there we go. That's setting down in a nice way. Flip it over, there's still more product in there. Okay. And that fits, the color fits perfect with the blush that we have on. So now we have the other half of that product. Pick it up, bounce it off the back of your hand. This is just what you have to do, or you're gonna have a very weird application with this. And just lay it down. Lay it down like that. Isn't that pretty? It's a beautiful color. Okay, I'm gonna set the face with Huda Beauty Powder. I just like this all over my face. It's kind of a no fail. You can't go wrong with this one. Now the face is powdered down. Let's reinforce with some bronzer. I'm just gonna go with the Gucci bronzer, but whatever you like. And you can bronze up your neck right now too, if that's what you wanna do. I guess going back in with powders kind of gives you more of an airbrushed look. Okay, then just gonna buff around. Then go in pretty heavy and just warm up your neck. Okay, then I'm gonna grab this little cutie that I've had a million years, this little very pale dandelion blush from Benefit. And this is just a super easy to wear nude kind of blush. So when we reinforce these colors, perfect is not the goal at all. It's just what makes you feel good. And what makes me feel good is this palette. I've had this from Laura Mercier for, I don't even know how long. Look at the packaging. Super heavy. It's got some great highlighters. I'm gonna go with, I think, that one. Oh, that looks great. Okay. It's a little dried out, so you have to go light with it, but yeah, that works. All right, now that that is complete, I'm gonna check out this new setting spray I got for like $1 off Shop App. You can get some crazy deals on Shop App, man. This is cool. I don't know, I just never have enough setting spray, and I thought this one looked kind of cool. This just randomly showed up today. Totally forgot that I ordered it. I threw the plastic in my glass of water. Let's see if this works. Weightless Micro Mist Pro Finish Spray, locks in, dewy finish, hydrating. Smells like something from my childhood, man. I was alive for the 90s. Did you know that? Oh my God, somebody said the other day, I was watching a tutorial and somebody did Y2K makeup, and there was a comment under there and it said, I love how you do these great retro looks. The 90s. Retro. My teenage years were retro. God damn. It's like all those shows that kids are obsessed with now, like Friends. If you were around when Friends was airing, people don't understand what it was like. When celebrities were celebrities back then, they were huge. It was a big deal to be famous. It was a big deal to be on a TV show like that. So today it means practically nothing to be famous. But back then, I used to read 17 magazine. I would read about movies. This is when like Dawson's Creek was airing, and I would read all about the new horror movies that, you know, Neve Campbell and Sarah Michelle Gellar and Jennifer Love Hewitt and all these people are going to be in. And I knew about everything a year before it came out. It was just wild. And I learned it all from paper magazines. And most of it was probably just made up, ridiculous press stuff. But that's what we had. Retro. Those were my retro years. Can't forget that. Number 7. Check your masterpiece before you leave the house. And when you get in the car and you look in the rearview mirror, it's too late, right? You've done what you've done, and so you have to go out like that. But if you stop and just go to a window and pick up a mirror, you'll know what people can actually see. Well, the fact that I have these 2 new Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, one of them has my initials monogrammed, I haven't even opened them, nor have I opened this. I have not even tried an eyeshadow palette from Lisa Eldridge. And I picked up the Muse one, which is something I would not normally go for, but I have so much neutral eyeshadow sitting around that I thought that this one, which is a kind of a blushy palette, that's kind of the vibe people are going for these last few months. Like that Blooming palette from Natasha, that kind of reminds me of this. But the packaging from Lisa Eldridge, I know it's expensive, but oh my goodness. Every time you look at that. Look at that. Ugh. And there's the palette. One of the shades in there did look a little cracked, but like just on the side. But it did come all the way from the UK. A little bit of a tiny crack. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be really honest when I look at this stuff. Let's do something just simple and cute. I really just wanted to focus on doing some shimmer today, but I wanted to lay down a little bit of a base, so I chose this peachy color in there. Don't scrunch up your forehead. If you can try to train yourself not to scrunch up your forehead when you do makeup, it'll help. This is a light enough color that I can go all the way to my brow bone if I wanted. I'm gonna go ahead and do that actually. Normally I would not do this. This is such a mild shade. I think it would look pretty up here, just as is a garage door if you just cover everything. Yeah, I think it's cute. Okay, let's just be slightly daring today. And I'm gonna go into this shimmer, this rosy shimmer. Hope for the best. Now this gives one of those super satiny vibes. Let's just see here. Wow, that is so subtle. Just go in with this topper shade. Okay. Now we're getting some glow. I guess we gotta do this middle shade right here and just barely hit the corner of your under eye. It's weird to put this blushy shade under there, but I'm kind of living for it. That's fun. I'm probably gonna take it further in, that red. Let's do that. Just a little bit further in. It's like when you commit to something, you gotta kind of commit. Yeah. And I was not committing to this enough. Like I was saying in my last video, I buy lipstick even though I don't wear lipstick because it can be so beautiful. Let's start with this I just picked up from Eldridge. This I'm having a little bit of hope since it's supposed to be very balmy and sheer that maybe there's a chance in hell I could wear it. It's called Meet Me in Berlin. It's this beautiful color. I've wanted ever since it came out. I just haven't, it's always been out of stock, but that's the lipstick. Ugh. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This one should have my initials monogrammed. Yep, there they are. Man, oh, this is heavy. This is weighty. Love it. My initials. This is one of those things, like Lisa is such a collector of antique makeup and heavy duty things that, you know, used to be made, like everything used to be made out of heavy metals, and I'm so into that vibe. And this is the color I got. All the colors out of this line that she just put out are pretty feminine, so I didn't know which one to go with. I just ended up grabbing this, which is very nude. Hey, you know, you never know. Let's try this. Let's see if it does anything good. That feels really nice. Oh, bitch. Oh, man. Am I crazy or does that actually work? I'm gonna lose it if I can actually wear this. I will lose it. It actually looks kind of cute. You know what? Come on. It almost like genuinely works. Anyway, finish off your makeup if you feel like it with a scent. This is the Rare Beauty spray that they renewed. This scent is so like peachy and like has the most beautiful mister. Get that on. This is cute. I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of liking the no mascara vibe. I was gonna throw on this crazy kind of color, but it's a little much. If you found this helpful or entertaining in any way, I highly suggest you watch another one. Thank you.